Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to be doing my first actual video on this channel. Yeah! Which is going to be a review of Full Throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Now let's get right. Full Throttle is a Premier Rides launch coaster that stands 160 feet tall. And if that doesn't sound awesome enough for you, it reaches that height with its insane vertical loop. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you because this ride only has a lap bar. And when it goes on top of that loop, it gives you like the most insane hang time in the world. You just feel your whole body just stopping there like. And oh my god, I think it's going to be a rollback every time. And they are the smallest little lap bars you'll ever see. I got so scared. I mean, lap bars is a good thing and all, but when I saw them restraints, I was like, what? Wait, what? Yeah, the loop is definitely the highlight of this ride. Here's a quick walkthrough of the layout. So right from the beginning of this ride, you go into a 70-mile-per-hour launch that I found pretty powerful into the best vertical loop I've ever ridden. The one which gives all that hang time. And yeah, the loop is not a big surprise because when you're waiting for that launch to happen, you can see that loop in front of you. But yeah, the launch, oh my god. So you're sitting in the train and you're waiting until that person presses the button and you go, poof. So what the person did was she counted from 10, she gave us a countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she just waited 3 seconds and then launched us. That really scared me. I wasn't really prepared for that. So yeah, that was probably the highlight or one of the highlights of the ride. And then you go in the huge vertical loop. And then after the loop is where all the G-force kicks in. You reach a total of 4 Gs in this ride. And then you go on a turn. And then go on the second and final version of this ride, which I almost grayed out into a complete stop. And then it launches you backwards that I found very pointless. I mean, it was fun, but if you're in the front row, it does basically nothing. And then you go to your third and final launch on the top hat, which is definitely the most unique part of the ride. It's, I think, yeah, the only ride which has a top hat over the actual loop. So this is what the tracking looks like. There's literally 2 tracks on each side. I really found that cool, but they can't run at the same time, or I guess it's too much force or something. And then you go down the drop of the top hat. But it has brakes. So it's kind of sad, but I still found it to be fun. But here's the thing with that last drop. If you're in the front, you really feel that drop, and it feels like a drop with brakes at the end. But if you're in the back, like halfway through the drop, you feel the brakes kick in, and it's really not that fun at all. So on the last part of the ride, it really depends on where you're sitting to have fun. I really didn't like the layout though. Like, it felt like after the top hat, this should be like another at least 30 seconds of ride, but it just kind of ends. And I know Magic Mountain didn't have much space to work with, but I still felt like they could have added a little more, It's a bit disappointing. But this ride still amazed me. It's probably in my top 3 favorite rides at Magic Mountain. The ride is really fun. It's like one of those rides you can marathon, except I did realize the waits get pretty long. I rode it with a flash pass, so it was like a 2-minute wait. But I did see it go up to 70 minutes at one point. I was there in August though, early August, so that could have been part of it. But the waits do get pretty long depending on when you go. Now, I rode this ride in the front twice, once in the middle and once in the back. You can't choose your row on this ride, by the way, so I was actually really lucky to ride in the front twice, like the actual front. And I found the front to be way funner than the back because that launch is so insane and you really feel that wind in your hair. And the last part, the top hat, you get a little bit of air time, but the drop, you really feel the drop, so it's good. So yeah, the Premier Rides, you did a good one. If I am correct, it's the only Premier Rides launch coaster at the theme park, but they are getting another one in 2020 with West Coast Racers, and the ride is currently not testing yet, but the cars are actually on the track, and I think it's going to be testing in at least like the next month. Really excited. Final score for this ride is going to be a 9 out of 10. This ride definitely deserves it. It's fun, it's scary, and it really has everything I need in a roller coaster. It has like this amazing launch. It has the best hang time I've ever experienced, G-force, and well, really only have one problem with this ride. And it is the airtime. Definitely should have made that last launch a little more powerful so it could have gave airtime at least in the last top hat, but that ride needs more airtime. Like, very rarely you'll even experience airtime on that last top hat. And everyone needs airtime. The ride is still a huge hit in the park, and I can't wait to ride it again next year. And that's the end of my first review on this channel. Let's go! Comment down below what you think of Full Throttle. And be sure to subscribe and click that bell for more awesome reviews. Goodbye. Have a nice night.